Kohls moved that House Resolution Number 1 be recalled from the Committee on Ways and Means and be placed upon its adoption.
The member from Carver, Representative Kohls, to your motion.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I appreciate the opportunity to come forward this afternoon with this motion. Members, this motion would pull from the Ways and Means Committee a resolution that I introduced right after the session began. Members, we all are very much aware of the huge budget challenges that we're facing here in the state of Minnesota. And I don't pretend at all that House Resolution 1 is the answer to all of our challenges, but I believe it's an important stake for us to put in the ground today. I'm very well aware that tomorrow we will be hearing the February forecast, which will then be used to set the targets for all of our finance committees. What House Resolution 1 does, members, is it says that we as the House of Representatives are going to limit our general fund spending for the next biennium to the lesser of what was spent last year, or more likely, or during the last biennium, or more likely the amount projected under current law that we'll see tomorrow. Now, some may say, well, Representative Kohls, we should wait until we know what the budget forecast is going to say. But members, I suggest that it absolutely is the right time now, today, to put this stake in the ground and to tell the people of Minnesota, we as a House of Representatives are not going to support tax increases to generate more revenue. We as the House of Representatives are not going to support budget shifts or other accounting gimmicks, as they've been called by members on both sides of the aisle, in order to generate additional revenues. Instead, we're going to do what families all across the state of Minnesota are having to do right now, whether they're dealing with unemployment, whether they're dealing with massive losses in their retirement accounts, or whether they're just dealing with the uncertainty that exists in today's economy.
Representative Kohls, hang on a second. Representative Kohls.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Members, I've asked to hear this budget resolution in the Ways and Means Committee, and thus far, despite our several conversations about it, Chairman Solberg has been unwilling to do so. Members, Chairman Solberg has suggested to me that if I want to come forward with something that he'll hear, I have to come forward with a complete budget resolution, one that sets targets. And he's pointed to Rule 4.03 in our House rules. Members, if you take a look at Rule 4.03, it talks about the resolution that the Ways and Means Committee must pass within 25 days of getting tomorrow's forecast. Nothing in Rule 4.03 precludes this entire House of Representatives from acting on House Resolution 1 today, and nothing in Rule 4.03 would preclude the Ways and Means Committee from initially putting a stake in the ground and saying we are not going to spend more money from our general fund than we are projected to bring in. Chairman Solberg is absolutely right. Within 25 days of getting the budget forecast, our rules require the Ways and Means Committee, not this body, but the Ways and Means Committee, to pass a budget resolution that not only sets a cap on how much money we will spend as we put our budget together, but also sets a target for each of the finance committees. And so, members, I encourage you to take a close look at Rule 4.03. There is no reason that we couldn't, and I would argue there's no reason that we shouldn't, take action on this measure today. Now, I know there are members, probably on both sides of the aisle, who disagree and want to keep some options open, or want to support tax increases, or want to support various accounting shifts. And I understand that, I recognize that, I appreciate it. I happen to disagree with it, but we should have that debate, and we should have it today. Our constituents, the people of Minnesota, want us to get to work solving the budget deficit. Let's tell them today that whether the budget deficit is $4.8 billion, or whether it's $3.5 billion, or whether it's $6.5 or $7 billion, we are not going to raise their taxes. We are not going to put a budget together that's based on accounting gimmicks and accounting shifts. Let's tell the people of Minnesota today that we are prepared bipartisanly to roll up our sleeves, do the tough work that needs to be done. Members, I urge your support. Madam Speaker, I would request a roll call on the motion.
Representative Kohls requests a roll call. Scene 15.